LLC. Let me get my mouse to move. It will. We're currently in Modesto. So this is the yard here. It's a little empty right now. We don't have a configuration of all the industries yet. That's something that's going to be worked on. It's quite a process, by the way. We want to make sure the depot server.com, when they put out the maps, that our industries match what they have. So on my single player, I have imported them, but you know, I don't have to do all the work and reset the servers and everything when things change. So right here on the Mateo Community server, the one we are currently on, I have created it's a train that would spawn normally just outside of Fresno as it makes its way to Barstow, and I just moved it down the line. So I grabbed it and we spawned it here, and we're going to drive it down to from Modesto down to Fresno. I don't think we're going to get to Bakersfield, but it will be available to continue down the path. I did change the tag in the description. It's H-STOBAR. The description is M-STOBAR, so it's a manifest, but I did H because, you know, we're driving it. It's priority. We do have, let me show you. Whoops, let me get back big. So we're right here. We want to continue this way. I have this guy coming in. I don't know if could actually get in there and has to go before he takes our path away. So let's at least get on the board here. I want to request a signal just to get in the, if he'll let me go, because it goes to 1. All right, so I got a green light. I've already done a brake test, so I'm gonna get going here. Let's see, we should be pretty flat, 72 degrees. Here, the track speed's 25 as we're coming out of we're really on the main. I don't have my DPU fence right now. I have 1 DPU and then what, 4 units. All right, that whistle sounds great. I'm coming off the independent brake right now, so we'll get things going here. Dragging our brakes a little bit, which is okay. To get this thing going, and we'll talk more again. I don't want to get stuck too much. There's a lot of single track up here. I'll show you the map in just a moment after I get going here. Take a look outside here. I was going a little bit faster. All right, so I'm at 17 miles an hour. Gonna track speed's 15. Let's come on down in notch 2. Keep an eye on things here. Oh, it is definitely a car. It's fouled. You know, those are the ones I like, the ones that are fouled. All right, so let's see. I'm on channel 27. We're right here. So we're in the this is the riverbank yard. It's Modesto. We're coming out now. We're going to go into this siding here at Empire. This is the Empire yard. So this is another railroad, which I can't remember, Empire Railroad or something. So we're going to pull in there so the grain train can pass us, and then we're going to head on down the road. And of course we got Chris right here. He's in the back stow coming our way, so we'll probably have a meetup with him. We see what track speed's 25. We're doing 22. I didn't mean to go all the way down to 0. That's gonna hurt. Let's see what everything's doing. Got 90 on the rear, so we're good. Everything's in the white on the brakes and the couplers. So what we like, we have HPT of 3. 7,400 tons, 56 loads, and 35 empties. Displacement is the 7,500 tons, and our length is 6,500 feet. This is connected to Barstow. So we got here. So we're in Modesto, which is this is the new DLC that just came out last week. The reason for the update. And then let's see, that way. So you have UP down here and BNSF. I actually hit tab to zoom in, but you can hit tab between them. So we're going to go all the way through down here to, this is the Bakersfield stub. So this is the Calwa or the Fresno yard. And it goes all the way back down through. And then we hit the Mojave sub, where we come down through the Mojave through UP's tracks. Then we head over to Barstow right here. So yeah, this is just part of the long SoCal route. Let me get back here and over to here so that we can see what we're doing. 24 miles an hour. So I also have something the Run 8 developers provided. Was this the subdivision map that has the gradients. And yeah, so if you were to drive from this train will go to Barstow, but if I were to drive it, it'd take me about 7 hours or so. It's just a fraction of the map, right? So the map is for Southern California, comes now to here, which is just outside of Stockton. Goes all the way to Barstow, it continues all the way to Seligman, Arizona. And then there's a branch that comes off down the Cajon Pass into Los Angeles. We'd like them to continue with continuing down into San Diego and stuff, and then up from LA the back way. It's gonna take a little bit of time. Let me take a look at my track speed here real quick. 55. Light her up. We got 50 in 2.5 miles though, so we'll give her some throttle and we'll get up to go here. Turn that off. There are no maps released on depotserver.com yet because this thing just came out a couple days ago. The industries, as I mentioned, here on the Mateo Community Server, waiting for the depot to release their config so that we can mirror theirs the best that it can be done in accordance with the map that they create as well. So they'll do the industries, which there's an import tool. I've done them on my own. And then, you know, if there's any changes or whatever, they'll put them on the map. So then we're waiting for the map. Once all that's done, we'll import that here and then we'll be running the same trains. It's nice to have them across the way, like the customers are the same names. We like to run them across, you know, all the different servers. We really follow depotserver.com's lead on this. They're the one who's been around the longest. So again, I got a reduction to 50 in 1.7. So I would have done some, you know, some industry work up here if there had been some, but there is not yet because we don't have any industries in the Mateo Community Server. And I don't know if there is. I'm waiting for a train. He's going to pull me up, which we know. So he's going to put me in a siding coming up here. Should be coming up here in just a little bit. See, these are mile markers that they put in, which I like. So wherever we are, about a half a mile or so until closer to a mile maybe, we get to the siding. I'll go ahead and bring her off, bring the power down, coast on into the siding. We'll have to wait for this unit train who's coming the other way. See, so I don't know if our siding's 18,000 feet long, but it says the Empire one is. Main line there. Yeah, I've driven a train many times from Barstow into Los Angeles or from LA back into Barstow, and that's about a 7-hour trip real time. 6.5. It depends on how much speed you can get up that hill, and then if you get caught in any red lights or anything like that. But it's a long trip. Learning the game is, I mean, I have a lot of videos here on this channel. Every week we do the live ones, and there's a bunch of other kind of helper out tutorial, if you will, just kind of things that I've seen that I want to explain to others that who may not know. Those are in the regular video section of this channel, but really enjoy Run 8. I never thought that I would spend as much time as I do on it, and then I'm here every Sunday live for the most part. My times vary during football season, but I'm here for the most part because I feel like there's enough of you like, hey, where were you at? I was waiting for you. So I'm here every week for you guys and me. I mean, I enjoy it as well. So I am using a rail driver. You'll hear it kind of bouncing around a little bit. I did not do a calibration before. We'll do that here in a second as soon as we pull in the siding. Thank you, sir. I try to vary my content on YouTube, so these are right now. These are really the only live feeds that I do. Everything else is kind of I'll do it off of my, during my own time, and then I put them onto YouTube afterwards. A little bit of editing magic, but these are live. So and like 99% of the time, we're on a multiplayer server, whether it's Depot Plus or the Mateo Community server. Could be the NorCal server too. It's one that I run. So any trains can be run on any route technically, but as far as the way that it's done in Southern California, you will almost always, I have not seen it, I'm not saying it can't happen, but it's very rare if the lead engine is different than the railroad operator. So whether you're BNSF or UP, the lead engine I have always seen, I live right by the main line for both. I have not seen it where there's a different company's engine on the lead. 99% of the time, it's going to be either BNSF or UP, and then the other units, of course, could be the foreign power that, they bring it down and it's just cheaper to like lease it and keep it going, but they'll put their own engine on the front. They just use it as MUs. Well, so as far as that's something that we could do. It would not be an automated process, but we could definitely pull that one off. Build the train over in RV, or even yeah, I guess that's where it'd be, and then we would just send you the save train file kind of thing, like I did last week. I drove a train up from LA, drove with air quotes. Drove a train up from Los Angeles and then basically jumped over. No, it was a week before, I think. Jumped over to the NorCal server in the Roseville, or in the Sparks Yard, which is in Nevada. And we went up that way so that we can simulate that we drove up that far. I don't know if they'd ever truly link Roseville to SoCal, because I don't know how that worked, because right now when you launch the game, you have to pick what region you want to load. So I don't know how the connector would work, if it's even possible. Not so sure about that. Looks like a crossing coming up here. Or it could be a river. like a river or something. Oh, is this a yard coming up? Well, this must be the Empire yard. Wait, do I have a light now? No. I guess I got a long ways still to go because I have a yellow light up here. I thought it was going to have me stop here, but I didn't realize how long this thing might be. Like probably 4 or 5 miles long. So there is a way, a manual way. You just have to copy the train from one folder to, from one, you know, you have like when you go into content and then you have like SoCal, NorCal, you'd have to copy it from the trains folder within that to the other one, and then you can launch it and spawn it. But that's really the only way to do it. I don't see why they couldn't connect them. Figure out a way. That'd be even better. Imagine driving from like San Francisco to Arizona, how long that would really take. No way you can do it in a day. Even Chris couldn't do it in a whole day, or you know, in like 2 days. He'd have to go to sleep eventually. Probably fall asleep at the wheel, but well, if you're under 40, you would turn the bell on at the whistle board, but yeah, right? Man, that's a long drive. As far as you can do it, huh? 12 hours? I mean, you know, everybody has their limit. Mine is about 2 hours. What's up, Resemble? Got a couple crossings coming up here. We are gonna block these things, but there's nothing we can do about that. This is the Empire Yard we're coming up on here, or passing. Big old grain place. I notice the AI still doesn't dim their lights like they do. They do on the depot, but for some reason ours doesn't work that way. I don't know what it is. All right, so I got a signal indication. All right, let's take a look here with the horn that we're currently using. Using a K5 LA. Let's go to K5HL. I know it says NS, that's where it came from. Kind of boring there. I like the broken ones. I don't know if the one would be broken on here unless a bird flew into it. Yeah, we can do that one. Because this is a this is not a GE. Usually I drive GEs. An SD70 here. But yeah, I have 4 units on the lead there and 1 MU or DPU. 3 MUs, 1 DPU. And we are coming out the other end of that onto Denair. Now again, because I don't have the maps, I normally will look at the speed limits coming up and stuff, but we don't know. So we have a reduction of 50 and 1.4. We're only at 24, so let's we're on the main already. Let's get up to speed if we can. Go to notch 4 and see what we get out of that. Little tug on the front end, and then it smooths out towards the back, so that's good. So again, those that don't know, this is brakes. I think on the keyboard it's Control Z, Shift Z. Shift Z will get you to it. Rail driver, you just push up on the horn, you get that. But the 4 dots in the front are the locomotives. The 1 dot in the rear is the DPU. And on the top line, there's 2 lines there. The one that's got a little bit of orange or yellow in it, that is the pressure on the couplers. The more that it turns yellow into red is pulling force, and the more it turns blue into black is pushing force. So when you hit the brakes, whatever, if the car starts slamming at you, they start getting blue and black, and the couplers will separate. Bottom line is your air that goes all the way through the train. So if I were to put the train brake on, you would see that that come up to yellow, and if you're on full service, it'd be red, or the more pressure in it, the brighter red that it gets. We got no air on. We don't need none. Got 90 on the brake pipe. And our main is ready to go. Main reservoir. Again, I keep looking at the map to see where we're going, where we're at. These are the mile markers. We've gone already not even 10 miles yet. Got a ways to go. Here's Chris right here is coming up Dana. I figured we'd meet him somewhere around here. We'll probably cross each other here. He's cruising. I don't know how fast he's going, but he has 1.3 HPT. He's actually underpowered for this route. I believe it was 2.0, or it was 2.0 through Bakersfield and then Fresno. He's a little underpowered here. He likes those underpowered ones. But it doesn't tell me his speed there. Going on to single track here with a all clear. What do we got ahead of us? Again, it's kind of weird. What's up, Tony Poulan? Your train's limited to 50. I'm looking up here to see. I don't have the map, so I can't see anything ahead of us. What to expect? We're gonna find out together. New route, first world problems. 37, just shy of 40 mile an hour restriction or requirement to whistle your cycle at the whistle board. The little siding here. Okay, what is this guy? We got, oh, that's the crossing. I saw red lights up. I'm like, what are those red lights doing there? Well, they're for cars, not for me, but look, they're, look at that, 38. Ulan, we're at 38 miles an hour. Right when you show up. Okay, I went notch 5 here. The green ahead, you can see it way up there. Finally nice to have a little bit of greenery too, isn't it? In SoCal, I make fun of that when I go to the East Coast server, you know, it's all the green everywhere, and I go, you know, it makes me sniffle. But in SoCal, it's all desert, so you don't really have green. You have all the trees here, water suckers over here, pecans and almonds and all that stuff. Lots of farming tree stuff here in the breadbasket. Grade is 0, flat as a pancake. Bean sniff, $91.99. Good one. I'm just guessing because I can't see nothing. Way down here. So this is an actual live supply train, by the way. These are going to San Bernardino here. A lot of auto racks. Not a full loader. It's not a unit train, but it is a manifest, so it has auto racks. Something else whenever we get to it. I think these are the empties now. Okay. So there's Malabar, San Bernardino, LMC. You have some UP interchange stuff in here. This is connected to Bakersfield. We are right here. So this is the Empire Yard we just passed. We're going this way. But all the way down, this here is Fresno, the Calwa yard. And if you keep going down this way, keep going, come down here, and here is UP and BNSF Bakersfield. This is UP up here. This is BNSF Bakersfield yard right there. And you keep going, and you end up, so that gets in the way. You go over here through all the tunnels, do the Tehachapi Pass, and then you come out here into, either you go back down the hill or you continue out towards, I can't, it always does it when I go on the map. So as you go UP, you take the cutoff at the Mojave. It doesn't go anywhere past, you have to go towards Barstow to get to Yermo and stuff, or you can cut off here and you can go down to Cone Pass into Los Angeles. So right here, BNSF to Sanborn is where you cut off to the Barstow yard, which that's here. Keep going down on BNSF tracks. There's Yermo yard, there's West Daggett, and then it's pretty much, this is BNSF all the way out to Winslow, Arizona. We're at 50. We're at our max speed here. Now I got to go all the way back through Needles, Barstow, Mojave, Bakersfield, and Fresno here. So we are there now, coming up on Den Air. There's Chris coming up on Merced. At 300 miles, it's forever. Well, we're going 110 miles today between Modesto and Fresno. At 45, 50 miles an hour, that's going to take a while. close to 2 hours. If you're going from Barstow to Seligman, give yourself about 6 hours because there's a lot of grade there you can't get very fast. Take a look at our track stats. 55 is the track speed. We're at 49, so we boosted up just 1 if I can get 1 out of it. All right, here's Belair. Again, I don't have any real, I just have that subdivision map. Is that what you think is going to be? That Fleur. I'm at Denair. Fluhar. Yeah, I think that's where we're going to meet. Because I have, let's see, I'm at 1070, coming up to 1079, going to 1062, so that's 1063. Right there is 15 miles. You're at 1051 going to 1063, so it's about 15 miles each. Crazy names, right? I didn't want to go too far down, but I went notching back up to 1. Fine, again. Maybe I can, real quick, go to the rail driver and let's calibrate it. That's pretty good. These are going to cause the cars to bang into each other. Should have left it where it was before I got out of the calibration tool. Let's take a look. Everything looks rock solid. Everything looks good. All white. An extra cycle in there. All right. Again, let's look here, see where we're at. We're coming up on roughly 1076.2. So right now I've got 7 miles to Balico. Notch 5 on the lead there. Let's see what it does on our couplers. DPU actually answered up pretty quick. I don't have hills in the way, so the radio controls back to the DPU are not going to be a big problem here. Crossing here. All farmland. Coming up on the grade a little bit, as you can see here, up to about 3.3%. Yeah. I don't think it's either. They're just calling the areas. So like Ladora. think they named the CP after streets that are existing or, you know, areas. I mean, look at Porphyry. Porphyry's named after a rock. It was an Indian name, though, because the whole area was founded by Indians or something. Back up to closer to 50 if we can. Start to lose on the grade there. Old Bean Sniff pushing us from the back. Old Dash 9. Chris's favorite. Probably driving one of those damn things now. We're going downhill, so you heard the rapid drop off of the notches there. I think we're at 7, we're down to 5. Going into a trough here. All right, so I'm routed into Fleur, and Chris is going to cross this on the main there. We're going to go into the siding and watch him pass us. Unless I stop right before it. You don't have the privilege to choose anymore. Well, you're the one that went down there. It's the Dash 9s don't run in that. There's too many mosquitoes down there. They'll nest inside of the locomotives. Windows don't work. Toilets are always flooded. It's dangerous. All those mosquitoes down in the swamp. Check my track stats. 55 is the speed. Next signal is N.6. We have a clear coming up. And let's see. We're at 76 going to 72, so 4 miles. Roughly 4 miles to the siding. Take one notch off here. $91.99. That's the we're being sniffed. $91.99 on an SD70, headed from Modesto down in Fresno to do a recrew there. Got a supply train headed into Barstow to get humped, eventually down to LA and all the other distribution points that needs these things. Track speed's 55. Our next signal's a mile and a quarter over that. Let's see. He's gonna get a stop at Fleur. We're gonna go pull through on the siding and get a stop. I was looking at the wrong siding. We're here. I was thinking, so our 72 to 63, that's 9 miles. We got a ways to go. The alerter comes on, it's because you didn't make any train moves. So bell on the brakes, honking the horn, hitting the bell, changing the notch. Of course, if you don't want to deal with that, you can go like this, watch it from outside, and then it will never alert you. I'm glad when they fixed that, because you used to be out here and you hear it. You wouldn't even hear it. All of a sudden you have PCS. You weren't paying attention. saddle here so we can go through this crossing. Oh, what happened to 549? Did it derail or some derailment last week in the Tehachapi, I guess? I was going down for down to Argentina. He scrapped. $549, that's probably a -9, right? Oh, it's an Ace. Ace 70, I just saw that. With 549 is the road number? Wonder why they're sending it all the way down there for scrap. I'm gonna just cut it apart here. So where the old Colton yard is, off of West Colton, that's a big old giant scrap yard right now. So yeah, once we get the industries in here, I'm thinking this is some SD45 territory. Because you're going to need a little extra power. There you're going to be running a bunch of 40s or 38s even. Discord. So we have the ability to have a real dispatcher, but more often than not, we don't use real dispatchers. We have auto that's dispatching us. We are in the Mateo Community Run not Discord, we're in there too, but we're currently on the server. Here's everybody that's in here. Let's see if it waits for it updates. So it's been busy all day. It's actually died down a little bit. We're about to do a meet with Chris going the opposite way. But we do have the ability to have somebody dispatching auto, and it personally, it doesn't bother me either way. A lot of times a human can get you where you're going better than auto can, but the human can't really direct the AI that much. Can't direct them at all, not in the yard. You can only direct them through. You can set the signals and the switches to cross, but you can't really direct them off of the main line in any way. So auto has a little bit better chance of doing that sometimes, depending on what we're talking about, but in general, as a human player, you can do whatever you need to do without a dispatcher. Yeah, we do have so the Depot Plus does not run auto. They just have their signals fleeted, which means they're green. They're green, and then when you pass through them, it only let another train into that block once you've cleared it. Whereas we use auto for routing. The fleeted signals means it's just green. You go through unless there's a train ahead of you, it slows down, speeds up kind of thing. Or if you need routing, then auto can route you through, like, you know, get around trains and stuff somewhat. But can't route you necessarily into the yard except for Barstow and West Colton. Those are two that that Otto will route you into like 99% of the time. The other yards, there's a couple of them that sometimes he'll get it. Usually he misses, like LAC is one of them. And Bakersfield. But overall, you only have for the main line here, like right now, we need Otto because I got a train coming towards me. So we're gonna have a meet at a siding. The next siding is right here. So you see me going into it. He's already at the stop waiting for me to get there. And I am speeding to get there so that he doesn't have to wait too long because he's already been driving for a while. I'm gonna go ahead and come off the gas pedal just a little bit, bring her down to 55. And you can see the commands up there where Otto's allowing people to proceed and stop and all that stuff. But yeah, so the dispatchers, if they are within the community, you know, it's on our Discord. It would have to be, for example, in Depot server, you're on Depot Plus, because the Depot server is public. There's a Depot Plus, which are extra, you know, members like myself. We can go in and we have tasks that we can do through like a website that has everything. It's called the OC Operations Center. That allows us to know what to move rather than just wide in the open. But those dispatchers have to actually be either in TeamSpeak or Discord in order to accommodate everybody hearing them and moving them. And the AI is just going to do what AI does anyways. Whatever the signals are set for. Got a yard master watching me here about speeding and stuff, so let me get her slowed down. There's a KFC and pretty soon a KFB there, so choose your poison. Do you want a K? Well, why don't you get some KFC for the KFB? All I need is a KFD now. My computer is a KFM, which is Kung Fu Mosquito.
SS detector milepost 1066.0. Ambient temperature 84 degrees.
According to our signals, we should be at 30. Actually, solid yellow. But we'll get it down to 40 now. Flashing yellow should be coming up, which means 30. Arco's already bored. What's up, bud? Trains, nothing happens fast. Keep an eye out for signals there. Speaking of bored, we got Chris. He stopped at the siding. He's like, "Oh, look, there's a Denny's over there. Hey, I don't know if there's an In-N-Out there. You might want to try that if you haven't." My understanding that In-N-Out, I obviously know what In-N-Out is, but according to the rest of the world, or at least America, In-N-Out's one of those places that they want to try when they come to California. They have Jack in the Box. Some other places have those too. The hamburger joint that has tacos, and they're not even real tacos. Not even close. Arco, you woke up, rise. All right, what do we got up here? Let me do this one. There's Chris. Sitting there.
DNSS detector milepost 1066.0. Stop your train. Stop your train. Dragging equipment at axle 36. Total axle 394. Ambient temperature 84. Out.
I have dragging equipment. I'm told to stop the train, but I'm pulling to the siding. I'm going to get off the main here so this other train can pass. What amount of garbage have you heard about? Not from, I can imagine where you heard about all the garbage. You talking about a garbage burrito? Oh, you make your own sliders? Sliders are small hamburgers, right? Anyways, I have a defect detected. Chris is like, oh boy. Hopefully we don't derail here and slam into him. I stop right here where the dragon equipment is. Probably at. Oh, you're driving up. I didn't know you had UP. All right, let's go ahead and put dynamics on so we can bring her to a stop up here. We got 5,600 feet behind me. Oh, really? From what you read about? Where'd you read all this stuff, Mr. White? Your inside source? Again, I don't know how much room I have in front of me, but I do know how much room I have behind me, 4,200 feet, because I set a distance counter. Something smells like Earl. Got all this Earl smell. Petroleum. Well, I mean, you know how it is. The internet. Haters are gonna be haters, no matter what. How am I getting a DPU no comm? It's straight through. Oh, 9207 is where I'm at? All right. Thanks, K-Mike. He's probably hanging out with Mr. White and the DPU back there eating burritos. Because I did leave I had a, what do you call it? One of those igloos with a couple in there. I figured he'd be in there at some point. He likes to sit back in there and get a free ride, and then there's a toilet for him to use. A wall of garbage. Oh, look, I get to go. Haha. Well, I gotta stop. I do have to stop because of the dragging equipment. See if we can stand on the ground and see it. There it is right here. Not even that far away. What's wrong with this one? This one? Doesn't say I can fix it. Oh, maybe because I'm not stopped, huh? Duh. Yeah, we'll bring her to her stop right here. Well, I want to get that fixed anyways. All right, Chris. Godspeed. Drive safe. We'll see you on the other end. What do you have? You have yellow on the back and or yellow on the front, orange on the back. What's going on? Train's going between two different locations. Well, we'll come up here and we'll just bring her to a stop, and then we'll signal on our way out. That's pretty close. You don't have to go that far back. All right, so we're gonna fix this guy here. Whatever that was, it ain't there no more. Now we'll run back up here. Let's see, we're in forward. Give it a little bit of gas here. Headlights to maximum or bright. Little pull on the front there. They're rolling in the back. Don't want to pull too hard right now. I don't know what the level looks like, but we'll wait for the cars to settle in here. I could simply just fence the DPU and push a little bit from the back, but you don't need to go through all that. He just cancels routing. He's like, I'm going to bed. I'll park it right there. I've taken it far enough. Or he AI'd it. He's going to AI it the rest of the way. But we still got that same distance he just went, though. Yeah, we're an hour in. We're on the the middle of the page now. We're at 1062, and we're going to 1,000. So we got 60 miles left. As far as like the industries and stuff, I've imported industries on my single player, but on the server here they have not yet. They want to make sure that the depot doesn't make any massive changes to it. So right now there's no industries for us to deliver to up here yet. The depot should have that, you know, at some point. Take a look up here. What we got here? A lot of nothing is what it's like up here. Down a track. Let's put a quarter down right here. Okay, and let's stand out of the way. Good meet, Chris. Take care for the long drive. That was a follow one. I don't remember what that button was. The rail driver. One that you can follow from the outside. I guess it's the same. This one here, you just get away from it. No, that's not it. Take a look. Controls, keyboard. It's gonna be like maybe on the save view or whatever. Quick zoom. Camera tracking. I think that's the one I was doing. I don't have whatever D4 means. That's why I don't have it. Looking at the see if there's something I can do it on. My flashlight's dead. Got this little dark in here. Can't read what it says. Change it to, let's see, click here, change. Alright, that wasn't the one. Again, I can't. Okay, so that's like train brakes or something. That does. All right. Oh well. That was worth a try. How does this run much better than TSW's millions of dollars? Because the physics are good on this. Also, it's open world. I can go wherever I want. Put any train I want in there, or if you're on a server like I am, the trains can continue to go. Let me show you, we'll go through the crossing here. Show you the map where we're going. I can literally drive this for like 9 hours straight. I have, I bled all the brakes, so it's probably smoking those cars right now. I was trying to mess with that thing. Yeah. Well, I started with Train Simulator, long Microsoft Train Simulator, but then I really enjoyed TSW. Until I didn't. I got tired of doing the routes that they wanted me to do the way they wanted me to do it. I like doing locals and yard work, but I have to drive for 20 miles one way in the yard to throw a switch to back up exactly where I was. Here I can go literally an inch past the switch, throw the switch, and do the same thing. I kick cars and everything. Full screen usage settings. What do you mean? I don't understand. So I can literally, the way I'm driving, I can fly the same way. I can, which isn't going to answer your question, but I can go far away as I want. I can just keep going and going and going and going and going. So the graphics aren't as pretty up against the tracks because of this. right? So when you look over there, you don't see anything. But if you ever get away, if you go developer mode on TSW and you get away from the tracks, you don't even see that much. Like there's Union Pacific tracks right there. So you can't even, get away. You can probably go this far and it's all like pretty and stuff, but then after that, it's just nothing, which it's the same here. But you can't do this in Train Sim World where I can go all the way to Arizona just like this if I wanted to. Just flying in the air. I can go to Los Angeles, which is, 300 miles that way. Of course, I can drive it too with no loading screen, no nothing. See, now I'm too far away from my train to just jump back in the front. Yeah, and here you can use AI in order to hump, so you don't have to do it yourself. You can it'll do slow speed. There are speed locks. So we started in Modesto. Started Modesto here, this is the new, just came out this week, the additional map, or DLC. And so we can go all the way on BNSF and go all the way to Modesto, and we can continue all the way into Legman, which is just outside of Winslow, Arizona, if we so chose to do that. I don't know if you'll see me at the Phoenix yard because that's not in here yet. Phoenix is you can go into Winslow, but yeah, it doesn't go south past that yet. And then UP sadly stops just past West Colton in its current form. So as far as the maps, again, the depotserver.com has all the maps that you need. We're currently here in the middle, just going through Merced. We started basically right here in Modesto, and we're driven here in the last hour. Chris is going to pull in that. We just had a meet with this guy. He's going to pull in there. He's going to recrew there. But we're headed, we'll probably only make it to Fresno here and Calwa Yard before we turn this over to somebody else to drive the rest of the way. It's headed to Barstow, so it's going to need to go from Calwa Yard and continue east into the Bakersfield Yard. Into the Bakersfield Yard, and from Bakersfield it's going to continue east, and it's going to go down all here off Sanborn into the Barstow Yard. And if it were to continue, and then from there it's going to get humped, and then it's going to get sent back this way, probably down Cajon into the San Bernardino Yard, and then down here into Los Angeles. So there's cars for La Mirada, there's cars for LAJ, there's cars for ATS Malabar, which is right here. There's also some UP cars for interchanging in there as well. No. We don't want a PCS. No, thank you. All right, so we have a 65 track speed. That's 65 for freight. That's 55 up there, though, so. Go up to notch 6, and let's see what we're doing here. We got a little bit of air and power, so let's bleed that out. 80 degrees now. 91 where I'm sitting. Down here by San Bernardino Yard. All right, full track speed. See what we got. 55 is what the sim says we can do. We've got a signal 1.2 miles. And we are at 47. Those brakes. So yeah, it's in the PCS or the, because I'm doing 40, it's, or almost 50, it's gonna keep, the alerter's gonna always go off when I'm in the map. But yeah, so we're just past Merced. We're gonna go in here because we have a grain train coming at us again. So he's waiting for us. We'll probably meet here at Plandana? Like it's like a bandana. Oh, I didn't see this guy behind it, so we got a road train, auto rack behind him. And then after that, it's clear sailing, but let's see how far we get. One reason I don't do road trains that often, I'd rather work in a yard. But we had to see the DLC here. Going up the hill a little bit. Do we got another signal? Yep. Not a signal, a crossing. Oh, you like humping? 2.5 miles an hour, 3 miles, whatever it is. I don't know if I can do that. I like setting it up, but then I like to just let the way I do the hopping, and I'll go classify after that, you know, tow them and build trains and that. After working on the Barstow, West Coast. I like local work. The work in the yard, getting it ready, dropping off the locals, swapping them out. My forte. So this is it's a sandbox game, so there really isn't, the simulator comes in with like really nothing as far as rules or what to do or anything. You have to put that into it. DevoServer.com is where everybody goes to get all that material, and then you customize it for our own servers. But the beauty of it is you're just moving metal. Got a supply train that comes in, break it up, throw trains out of it, send them to the yards that need them. Distribute those loads to the industries, pick up the empties or fulls that's serviced by the industry, and send them back to Barstow and send them out of town. Cycle of railroading. Did I turn my? Should be on. Yeah, Short Hood Trail. See if we can catch up to it. It's on, it's just faded. Look at that old bastard 4 engine. The lights are all like fogged over or whatever, you know, it gets that from the sun. All right, Mr. White, here you go. Here's a flyover of the pecan fields. See, we got a little, it's a crossing there, non-gate, non-signal crossing. Okay, here's what we're gonna have. So got signals, have signals that we didn't pay attention to. So let's bring down speed here. Yeah, so Train Sim World is a game. This is truly a simulator. Train Sim World is set up to have you do the tasks that they want you to do. This is do whatever needs to be done, however you need to do it. I should be at 30 as I'm coming up on the siding here, so I'm going to go ahead and open up dynamics here. Wait for them to come online. Now we're adding some dynamics in. Get down to 30. All right. Thanks for stopping in. Hope to see you around. We do this every Sunday. Live from multiplayer. I just heard stuff. Did I switch? Did I hit some switches? I heard stuff click. Oh wait, now we got to clear. Oh, there's so I have live, weekly live videos in here as well as regular ones that will walk you through the ins and outs of getting set up in the game, as well as doing hill starts and a lot of different information on this game. And it's just as I'm playing it, I'll explain things as I'm doing it. What's up, Jeff? How are you doing? All right, we're at 25. Do have a clear. Divergent clear, so I don't have to slow down. Let's see. Basically, I don't, because we don't have the maps available to us yet, as this DLC just came out. We have a basic, like, just as the overview map as well as the grades. We don't, I don't know what the track speeds are coming up, so it won't, I have to watch the signs on the railroad, the track itself. Or it says our track's 40 speed, so that would include that turnout. But we have a excellent meetup here with the grain train. Take a look here and let's look at where we're at. The Plandana. This guy is stopped. Headed to Kingman or Kings. What is it? Kings something. Yeah, Borman, what's up, my friend? Well, we're on the Modesto. Came out the other day for the new update. We are we started in Fresno or Modesto and headed to Fresno to Recrew. And there's been a lot that's changed just over time, as normally does. In the server itself, we've just been expanding and expanding. Just still doing the same thing, going and having fun and explaining to people what we're doing here. So if you're inactive in the Mateo Community server, where the server run right now, come on in and let's get you an activation request. Just have to go over the rules. Take a look at my, let's see, my mouse is off the screen to do something here, so it's not working good. Got some error in the DPU. If we can get it. Oh, nuts. Or are those oranges? I think those are nuts. I think those are some kind of tree nuts. The almonds or pecans or I don't know. Imagine getting stuck there. I have been. Not here out in this particular location, but like in Beaumont where UP goes by. You got a train that blocks the crossing, and then you got intermodal going the other way, and it's like 4 miles long. Oh, good. Glad. Yeah. Chilling and watching some trains. If we can get back up to speed here, it'd be great. I think that was the last meet that we have before we go all out. Get down to Fresno. Kick it into knot 6 here. HPT's 3, and again, there's our stats there at the top. 7,400 tons, 7,500 if you really want to round it up 10. At 90 something cars. 4 power on the lead and 1 in the rear. It's a DPU. Got it clear, so we're rolling out knot 6. Should be pretty level here too. A slight uphill here. I shared earlier, Run 8 did share with us this chart here for altitude and elevation, what the grades are. So it looks like nothing is really more than 0.2% along the way, 0.3% in one area. But relatively flat. This way. What gap are we talking about? Talking about the UP gap? Kind of left out some UP stuff. There are people that are angry about that. Yep, the connection Seiko. Well, I mean, they've never fixed the stupid Van Buren through UP there in the Riverside area. The streeter. That's been there forever. Said it went missing during V2? It was in V1 and went missing V2 and they did put it in for V3. There's a lot of industries on there too. Maybe that's why they didn't do it. There's also, it's changed a lot too since 2000. I mean, a lot. A heck of a lot. You heard great things about me. You sure you're in the Mateo server? Discord? Because, I mean, nothing happens there. How are you doing? Nice to know you. Glad you joined. We're about halfway or 3/4 of the, maybe two, whatever you say, 3/4 of the way through our 2-hour journey from Modesto down to Fresno. And I don't know if we're going to make it even in 2 hours because we're going to have another meet here at La Grande. Although we are cleared through, that auto rack is stopped waiting for us to come. Right through, probably because we have an H instead of just an M. So I have a highball, and so we're gonna run by him on our way down into Fresno, and we're gonna recrew this train down there so somebody will be able to take it all the way to Barstow, or at least as far as they can. Maybe from Fresno to Bakersfield, somebody else can grab it at Bakersfield, take it over to Tehachapi, Barstow, and then the cars in the back, they're like legit, so they need to be pumped and put on trains and sent down to San Marino where I can take care of them in my yards. It really is a lot different compared to the game that is Train Sim World. What I started Microsoft Train Simulator, but I really got into train simulators during the Train Sim World franchise, and I really enjoyed it However, I have to say that I had Train Sim World, Train Sim World 2, and then 3. I don't know that I really ever even played 3. I don't remember if it was 3. I don't think I got 4, but there was one, the last one that I got it on sales, like Humble Bundle or some, it was like, you know, you buy it for $12 or $15 and you get these DLCs. I had a lot of them already. That's one. And they'll throw them in, you know, so I got that one. I installed it, whatever one the Cajon Pass was on, which I think is 3. I installed it. I started moving the train after have been playing Run 8 for about 6 months. I started running the train in the Cajon. I played it for about 9 minutes and I went ahead and jumped out and uninstalled the game. Not to say that Train Sim World isn't a good game for those of you who like it, but it is not Run 8. Run 8 is a simulator. It is very close to the real thing, is my understanding, not being a real train engineer or conductor or anything like that. I do not work on the railroad at all. I work next to the railroad, but I don't work on it. So those that do this kind of work, like Mr. White, they'll tell you it's pretty close, very close, more than any other game or simulator out there to the real thing. So it's probably equivalent to Microsoft Flight Simulator when it comes to the comparison of flying for real and flying off a computer. And it's really like, it is in depth, but it really isn't. So I have a rail driver, so for me the hardest things initially was to learn the keys. I got a rail driver that fixed all that. And then as far as everything else, it's really easy once you get in there. There's a couple servers. I'm a Depot Plus member, which just means I can use some of the tools that they have in there. And then a Mateo Community Server Yardmaster. So if you are interested in joining us in multiplayer, all you got to know initially, for anybody who watches this later, we do a skills check, which is not a full check ride like they do on the Depot Plus. We do a skills check to make sure that you can operate your train safely. You don't need to have all the knowledge. You don't need to know how to talk on the radio, any of that stuff. All you got to do is know how to stop your train, start your train, how to kind of at numbers and all that. As long as you can operate your train, if I'm doing your skills check, I'm going to walk you through most of that anyways. All I care about is you operating a train in a manner that doesn't crash the server and kicks everybody else out. If you know how to, if you can do that with your train, we can discuss and teach you everything else. Get in a multiplayer server, and that's where you're going to learn how all these other things work. Very hard to do it on your own. I learned a lot about Run 8 before I even, because at the time the only one I knew of was the Depot, and I mean, it was like watching NS Horsehead's videos, and he was talking on the radio and stuff. I don't even know what they're saying. Like now, 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 and I'm like, I don't get any of that stuff. So I had to learn a lot about, you know, railroading on my own, from, you know, just reading and kind of all that. And then I got involved in both of these servers, and it's been great. So I've been playing Run 8 version 3 since, you know, within a couple days of it being released. That's the only versions I ever played. I've got what, 2,000, almost 2,000 hours in it, and I've enjoyed most of it. Like, I can just go in and spend an hour or two moving stuff around and get out. Skills check, I put a helper video there in the, so my YouTube's kind of broken up into the live that I do every Sunday. Those videos, you can go back and watch them later. And the non-live, there's all kinds of other sports stuff and, you know, videos that I like doing. But there's in the Discord, new members section of the Discord, then you can find these videos that'll kind of, they're not sort of tutorials, I guess. I don't know if I consider them tutorials, but I do explain what I'm doing while I'm doing stuff. I like Derail Valley. I got Derail Valley, I got Railroads Online. Transport Fever 2, which isn't quite the same. Older TSWs. Microsoft Train Simulator Classic, whatever they called. I got a couple trains from the old days, and the only thing I played, Run 8. That's it. I can derail this thing right now if I wanted to. All I gotta do is slam on the brakes. I don't want to derail it. Right, volunteers to do a check ride. To give it or to take it? I think you need to take one. Have you even been in there in a while? And you do the thing for real, but you have to, Mr. Wright, you got to prove that you can operate your train while holding burrito, because I doubt you can do that in real life. Burrito in one hand, a cell phone in the other one, and operate with your toes. Probably do it blind. I know you ain't scared. Nobody should be scared. I mean, what's the worst that will tell you? Like, you don't know enough to come in the server right now, spend a little bit more time. Single player, make your train stop and making it go without breaking everything. That's it. Don't forget to hit that like button. You're talking about in the video, I don't even know the last, I probably said a long time. I don't care what the YouTube algorithm does. The only thing I care about is you guys having fun. You guys are getting your money's worth out of watching these YouTube videos, and it's free, so that's what I mean by getting your money's worth. White Rock Road 46. Let me go up one notch to see where we're at here in the transition. We're past LeGrand. We got nobody else in front of us, so we are. So this is mile marker 10400 or 1040. Sorry, not 10400. 1040. So 1032 at the next. So that's 8 miles. That's about another 8 miles, and that's about another 4 or 5 miles. What do we got? 1040, so 40 miles. So we've gone 60 miles already in an hour and a half. Of course, we've had to stop a couple times or slow down. Looks like we got highball all the way. Track speed's 55, so let's get into we're going uphill a little bit. I go into notch 7 if I can get it there. Not 8, 7. Thank you, rail driver. Got an increase of about, on average, 3 miles per minute. Complete off the DTU. Looking good there on the coupler strength, very top line. Pushing a little bit from the rear there. You see a little bit of green poking up in the back, all the way to the right, top of the screen. Bottom line is brake pressure all white because we have no pressure on at all. No air going down the line. Brake pipe is at 9. Level crossing. Santa Fe Avenue. Brake squeak. I think that's what that is. That the engine's starting to fall apart. Must be a TSX engine. Alright, track speed 55, we're at 53, and intermediate signal 10.352 is the mile marker. see anything. Look, I don't see nothing up here. I got no little red squares. I mean, when they catch on fire, we'll know, right? Isn't that how you do it in real life? Just wait till it starts, catches on fire and go, oh, that brake must have been stuck. I'm gonna come off one notch, a mile over speed limit. You can hear the brake though, right? What I'll do is I'll put a couple pounds on and really see what it does. It's a repetitive sound though. Gotcha. Yeah, in case somebody brings up some questions, cover your own. Here, go back to notch 5 here. I do have a little bit of a curve coming up, which will put a little resistance on me and slow me down just a tad. We're cooking right now with vinegar, so it won't take too long. Coming up on Sharon, Kismet, Dara, Craig, Fig Garden. So we're at coming up on 1032, going at 1,000. About 32 miles to go. Track speed's 55. I haven't seen speed limit signs though. I'll go with what the speed limit sign says on the side of the track rather than what that says up there. I haven't been looking though because I've been chatting. That's crazy. Did you see back there the cars that were blocking? Like the highway, they're like in the middle of the road because the way that the crossing was. Stupid idiots blocking the crossing. So they're having a, you know, they went headlight to headlight, huh? Where are you at? Well, we went headlight to headlight on Road 22. It's like, don't even have names, just numbers. How far out in the boonies you are. All the roads got numbers. Where are you by? I don't know. Almond trees. What are you doing? Broken bones are always better than a casket. Eyeball. We got 29 more miles.
DNSF detector milepost 1029.3, ambient temperature 80 degrees.
Watch it, give me another defect. Oh, did I have this open? Wonder it was so loud in there. I don't remember opening it. Kind of nice outside though, so. We're just, you know, settling in here. 55, holding it. Light downgrade, 0.1%. Point, just enjoying the sunset. I really wish the mirrors worked better than that. Like you can see behind you. That'd be cool. And then you can like pull them in. That'd probably, I don't know. Would it be helpful? You can kind of see the ground going by, so. Now if you look out there, can you see your train? No. Getting a view kind of reset here. No point now, right? So you think it's okay then? I don't see anything. Again, it's missing all the they provided the industries on this one, and you can import them within single player, obviously. But you can do the extra Bakersfield one, so they supplied one for Bakersfield and for, you know, between Fresno and Modesto. So they provided like an import tool, so you can import it without messing up your current config. So I did like that. I hadn't seen that before. They also provided route documentation and industry and how to do it all. Like, I hadn't seen that before either. Like, oh, here's how you add the import industries to your current industry config. So, maybe because they haven't done a route, you know, like this big in a while. They did, maybe they did it with Fresno with the, when they did Bakersfield sub. I don't know. Yes, Matt. All right, where's the speed limit sign here? Oh, that's a whistle board. Welcome back. We're still here. Yeah, I mean, somebody mentioned that gap though is there's a lot in that gap, and so they'll probably, this is all speculation, they'll probably, you know, charge for that as a DLC. I don't know. No idea. I have nothing to do with the developers. I just buy their product. Obviously, I have a support issue. I can reach out to them, and John, the developer, has been rather extremely pleasant to work with for the issues that I've had over the years. You're in Mateo. Oh, okay. Yeah, the link for the Mateo Community Discord is down below. Of course, anybody can join it. If you want to join the servers where you have to go through the skills check, it tells you how. Go to the new players forum within the Discord. That'll tell you what you need to do. Follow the instructions in there, please. It is self-explanatory. It is very detailed. Garrison wrote it up and did a fantastic job of exactly what you need to do and how you need to do it and where you need to do it at in order to become a member of the train driving community in the Mateo Community Discord. We also have an East Coast, a Southeast server that is hosted as well. It's on a different Discord, and we have a bunch of different Discords because the random password generator, we use a bot in Discord, and it requires, apparently, different Discords in order to have them, is my understanding. I don't know, I could be wrong on that because I'm not a programmer either. But there are different Discords. There's a Discord for the High Green Run 8 server, which is hosted by the same person who hosts the Mateo Community Run 8 server, which is Garrison. He's the server owner. Mateo's the Discord owner. There's a High Green Run 8 server, as I mentioned, Southeast. Garrison runs that. And then if you want to go to the Northwest, up into Roseville, where there's no connection to yet, and I don't think there ever will be, that's a server that I manage and run, but I run that one through the Lazy Farmers Discord. So that's what controls the password creation, the bot. Oops, I had my mouse off and the menu was up, so I couldn't do much. So that information is down below as well for how to join the Lazy Farmer Discord if you're interested in joining the Northwest server. And then he also has another Discord, because all these Discords, why not, on how to join the Northeast server that he runs on his own machine. We also have a Pennsylvania one. I think Hank's running that, or somebody else is. We have all the servers covered within this little niche of people through the Mateo Community server. You would have to do a skills check in the Mateo server, because that having a skills check in there will authorize you to go on any of these other servers as long as you're a member, an active member of the Mateo Community server, because that's where we're all kind of a part of. Or if you are a Depot Plus member, and I will verify because I am a Depot Plus member as well, you're an active Depot Plus member, then you've already done your skills check. You go in these Discords, say, hey, I'm a Depot Plus member, or I'm in the Mateo Community server as an authorized player. Again, we will check, and then you don't need to, you have to skills check, join any one of these servers. Otherwise, you're gonna go in and break stuff. You might anyways, but the Depot Plus is like, you know, the one everybody considers the big wig professional server, and it kind of is. And all these other servers are ones you can go in and have fun, make simple mistakes, nothing dramatic. You can learn in these other servers if you want to be a Depot Plus member. It'll help you get through their check ride by learning all factors of Run 8, where you're at. So Depot Plus, you got to know, like, kind of know where you're at on the map, how to get there, which way you're going. You know, you can use all these heads up display things up here that I have at the top of the screen. You know, heading 118, so 90 is east. You got 180 is south, so that's somewhere we're headed south, kind of southeast right there at 118. Kind of like flying an aircraft. More importantly, how to bring up the map and how to know where you're at on it. We're coming up on Madeira here. We're headed eastbound, so that's where BNSF. BNSF runs east and west. Unless you're on UP shared track, then you're running north and south. Or UP, of course, runs north and south. Unless they're running on BNSF shared track, then they're running east and west. Kind of confusing, but that is how it is. Also, on the depotserver.com are all your resources that you could possibly need to figure out Run 8. Whether it's the configuration downloads to get your single player up and running. We all use those same configuration tools, you know, the base core maps and configurations on our servers, because they've done all the work except for this newest one. They haven't done it yet, so there's no maps and there's no configuration for it yet. it's being worked on. Only been out for a few days, so it'll get there. DepotServer.com is where I first started my run-ed experience and learning how everything worked, as well as just the internet in general, trying to find train information. So that's a great resource for signals, for maps, to figure out. They have a public server you can go on and play in multiplayer, but it's not really, it's like the Wild West though. There's not a lot of things to do other than just running a train on there, which you can do in single player as well. Of course, you have to learn how to set all that up if you want to do it, you know, yours, or you can just load one of the configured, you know, Run 8 instances that's available on DepotServer.com under downloads. The advantage to multiplayer is that you move a train, and I don't think I did the third cycle there. I think I missed that. But you run a train and stop, somebody else comes, picks it up, takes it from there. Or you come back in a few days, it's still there, and you take it some more. That's what or you can work with other people on the same train. That's what's amazing. I have done that quite a few times, both streaming it and more often not streaming it. So here we're at Madeira. Your Run 8 skills are rusty. You know, it's what happens. You're running the real deal, and then all of a sudden now you're doing keyboard. Like me flying a helicopter, you know, I'm a little rusty if I can't fly it with mouse and keyboard. You know, I have to use all the stuff. Collective and all that kind of stuff. And I usually run yard, so, you know. Running the road trains, lordy lord, watch out for that. Avenue 15, so we're coming, we're at the bottom of the middle of the bottom. We got 18-ish miles to go. Back into notch 6 here. Let's see if we can get our speed up. Increase of about 5 miles per minute. Look at our couplers. So we have one brake that's stuck there. You see that? That guy right there. It's from when I applied some brake and released it. Okay, we don't need them anyways. Well, then we can do is bleed that. We have to stop to bleed it, but isolate it or whatever, but it's good. And a sticky valve, man. It happens as you get older. Like that car probably is. And I don't even know what car it is. Probably somewhere in here, one of these guys. Maybe one of those tankers. Oh look, see, he's taking the one that Chris dropped off, but he stopped. Do we have a crossing up here? Nope. All right, here's a bridge. There's a crossing. Avenue 13. Take a look and see what we got up here. Little solar farm action going. That's a cool little industry. A lot of tracks. So we're still headed that way. We're going to be going that way for a bit. Too far away from my train. Here we come. Right up here. Do a rail fan for a minute since nothing else is going on. Crossing up there past that signal. Oh look, trains! Rail fan! that thing was blocked up. I didn't even see the T-walls there. Lower down just a bit. Let's see, it says 55. I haven't seen the back speed limits for a while. Sure, it's 55. Typical. I mean, with this straight of track, man, I would, you know, can't we do 65? FRA. Whistle board I just passed. Avenue 12. Yeah, they're just using numbers because they're like, why get creative? Oh, they're building a bridge here. Oh, that's probably the railroad. I wonder if that's that high-speed railroad they're working on. So, I've covered that question a number of times, and I don't think the graphics will ever get better, and it makes sense when you look at it this way. Some of the older cars in here, they're like, you know, 20 years old, the models. So those graphics could get better. You can see them when you get close and they're kind of blurry and stuff. But if you go in a train sim world where the graphics are, you know, absolutely stunning, but only to about this far. If you get away from the tracks about this far, there's nothing else. It's just up against the tracks where they're stunning, right? But you also, let's see, so let me, sorry if I made you dizzy. So here's my train coming up right now, right? See where the next one is, where the next crossing is. I don't want somebody to watch this go, oh my God, you didn't whistle when you crossed that. Okay, so in Train Sim World with the beautiful graphics, one, I could go this way all the way to Los Angeles if I wanted to, just like this. There'll be a lot of nothing in between, but there will be stuff somewheres. So it does, you know, the stuff does end as you get further, but it does in Train Sim World as well. But you can't just fly literally for 500 miles and see there's everything's, the world is here. It doesn't have to load in. It's literally here. So if you were to do all that crazy graphics in Train Sim World here like this, your computer would never handle it. I mean, Flight Simulator can't even do it to this extent. It has to load in bits and bits and bits. But in Train Sim World, you literally cannot just do that. I'm so far away from my train, I can't even get to it right now if I wanted to. But the world is here. And obviously you can see where the draw distance is. So it is drawing it as we're going dynamically. So as we're driving, all this stuff is here. It's already here. Just doesn't have to display it into memory until you get closer. And the graphics, I mean, aren't bad. The graphics really aren't bad. These are, I mean, they may not be completely accurate to where you live, but tell me Train Sim World is too, because I live by the Cajon Pass, and I tell you that Train Sim World, the graphics aren't is what it looks like in real life. The ground textures could be better and stuff, but you know, they're not. This is a simulator, not a game. So the graphics quality, those of us who really, really enjoy it, we get over the fact that it's not breathtaking like Train Sim World is. Because we don't care about that. All we care about I mean, if you're inside the cab, if you're in here most of the time, it's going by so fast you really don't really see much of it anyways. Yeah, these trees are a little blocky and stuff, but they're just saying, hey, there's stuff there. It's just not wide open. If it had nothing there, it'd probably be a problem, but because that stuff's there, I don't really find a problem with it. I like the fact that I can kick cars, which means I can kind of go 10 miles an hour and then just slam on the brakes and that car will keep going if I bleed them out. If I don't bleed them out, they'll stop. The physics, look at these dumbasses. Guess who's gonna get smashed? Of course, nothing's gonna happen, but we just creamed a car. Yeah. And you know, people are working on things. There are people that have redone the road. You have to do it as a mod, or, you know, you have to replace the graphics, and that's fine. If the graphics are really your thing, you can get one of these where people have gone through and made the ground textures better. Like, that looks fine to me. That looks, you know, looks pretty good, I think. But it's about the performance. You know, do you want it to be all laggy? Tell me how smooth Train Sim World runs. You know, like, just the menus constantly lag out. Oh, the cars are just going through back there because that guy's blocking. Crazy. So, again, I'm not knocking. I'm just comparing Train Sim World to Run 8. I'm not necessarily saying the Train Sim World is a terrible game. I don't agree that it's as good as this one. Your flavor may differ. That's fine. Why they have different choices. But for the physics, the way that the cars handle, the way you can, I would say I could feel this train's heavy or light or whatever. I can't say that in the other ones. So, and I also don't like being confined to a space and I have to follow their rules. I typically play open world games where however I want to do that. What's going on over here? Oh, cows. Wherever, you know, however I want to play the game within the way that I want to play it, within the confines of the game, it's up to me. So that's what this does. This sandbox allows you to do that. Not in Train Sim World. I know, that's why I stopped playing it, because I got tired of, you know, quote, yard work and the Canadian DLC. And you have to drive. It's just
CNSS detector.
You can't do what you would normally do.
0.0.
I don't think Railroader comes close at all.
4 degrees.
It may in the industry work, but Railroader is a completely different type of railroading game than either of these two. I got bored with Railroader pretty quick. But that's why we all have choices. We can play whatever we want. But I hope that answered your question as far as the graphics. And a little rant that I had is, you know, these graphics I feel are, yeah, they're not the greatest, but I don't care. You know, that's not why I'm here, to see the pretty trees and the grass. You know, I want the way the train handles. That's the most important to me. It's, you know, realistic in that sense. I feel like the graphics are good enough. It doesn't bog down, you know. And I've done streams on Train Sim World as well, by the way. Oh yeah, I'm sure back in 2013, it's just, I mean, most games graphics weren't that great. They're even worse in 2000. Yeah, the physics are better than Microsoft, right? I fly a 2020, and I use the PMDG aircraft because, again, it's one of those things within the confines of the graphics engine, you know, the game engine. PMDG is the closest that you can to fly the real thing. I don't really care for Airbus because I don't want it to remote control fly for me. I know you have to do things. I feel like Boeing, you have to be on top of it because it's more hands-on than an Airbus. You really dated yourself there, calling out Kojak like that. Harry Savalas? I'm kind of looking forward to 2024 flight sim. Like I don't fly flight sim that often. When I was using the Microsoft ATC, it was flipping terrible. One of the airports that I fly into most often, I'm from the SoCal area, so one of the airports I fly into most often is Ontario. And when ATCs, having my approach, they give me landing clearance and I'm at, 4,000 or 5,000 feet in the air and I'm 10 miles in. That's supposed to be at 2,000, 2,100. The ATC in the standard sim sucks. So I have beyond ATC now, and I know there's another one, Say Intentions. I've been looking at those, but I'm waiting until 24 comes out to see how well it does. I want to fly. I'm a 737 guy through and through. Pretty much, I only fly helicopters or 737s predominantly. I do like Cessnas as well, but I've been flying for all my years of flying Flight Simulator. 737s for me is where it's at, and I'm looking forward to flying the MAX. So it depends on the rails too. We're running pretty smooth here. You can normally see the train swaying and stuff. Hey Katie, what's going on? Yeah, see, that's the game aspect of it, the career mode. It offers that. Some of the challenges and so forth. They kind of did that in 2020 as well. I don't mind like the firefighting challenges and the what do you call it? Where you're search and rescue. That's cool, but I wouldn't find myself that I can think of too much in the career mode. As an airline pilot, I would just fly the flight schedules. I don't have the time to, carefully plan out my crew I want to fly. Well, I don't know how it's going to work yet, to be honest. But in a career mode, if I fly once every couple of months for, an hour, then career mode's not really going to do much for me, so. Spaghetti Tracks update. 20,000 hours in a 737. Back in the day when I did Southwest Virtual, I'm not a real airline pilot, obviously. I was a senior captain with Southwest Virtual. Don't remember how many hours that was. I don't think it was 20,000. It was close, but it was fun. And it still is. I just don't have the time to sit around and I got to put the flight yoke up and all that. Threw away my pedals because they were really, really old, and I got to get new ones because it's hard to. You got to have pedals. If you're flying with the yoke, you got to have pedals. I can use the triggers on the yoke to activate brakes and do rudders, but gotta have pedals. I just don't like setting it up all the time. I didn't realize it was even going 60 right now. Where are we at? Yeah, we're speeding because that's why we're purple. But we're coming in. There we go. I think we're gonna miss. Let me go into. I want to go here. Let's tell them our intentions. See if he can route us down here into the yard. Telling us to call him at the next control point. Let's see. You're back here. We're past that siding. If I say I want the next siding, I do this. I mean, if it's, you know, you're doing trains in real, or you're doing planes in real life, so I could see how you can get bored. Like, I want to do something different. The trains could be it. All right, so I want to request the next siding. Cool. He gave me a siding available. Oh, bug pulled right in front of us. All right, where did he give us? Oh, so he gave us, he's coming in Amtrak, so. All right, auto adjusted. That was unexpected. But we're almost there. I'm gonna pull into Fresno. We're gonna turn this over to a, the job is already up in the Discord. If somebody's here on the Mateo Community server and they want to take it, the seat will still be warm. I don't know if Mr. White joined us and showed up in the head down there or not, but might have to have it pumped if that's the case. Burritos probably got cold, so I don't know that they're going to have the same effect. They're not from Taco Bell, which would definitely blow up the bathroom. All right, we got a speed limit sign. Finally, we can see. It's saying 30. I don't know if we're going to be going 30. I need to, so we don't. That 30 in a mile. Why it was at the angle. So we're in the residential area. $30 miles an hour in 1 mile. We're probably more than halfway there now. Put some dynamics on and start slowing us down. So I got the dynamics on. We're slowly slowing down. We should still have room. Again, I don't have a map to see those speed limits coming up. Normally I'd be running with them from the depotserver.com so I can see what those speed changes are. They're not available. This route's brand new. We're down to 44 already, coming down to 43. So we're not here yet. We're still we're at the edge of Stockton DLC sub. $38. And I also don't know if there's like a no whistle zone, no horn zone. Gotta get that paperwork done. So you're gonna get it, huh? You like it? Did this stream influence that? Or is it just you like the route? Looks like something that could be fun. There's an Amtrak. I think I had an advanced approach though too. I missed the aspect. But we had a speed restriction. 30 miles an hour or 26, so we're doing good. I'm off on the dynamics. We make our approach into Calwa. Get the mouse on the right screen here. So what? 25. Of 30, okay. So East Mackenzie again. I can't see how far we got to go. We are now within the Bakersfield subdivision. We should have a switch coming up here, maybe around that corner. That'll put us into Calwa. I believe this is where you used to leave the map. It would just disappear here. This might all be new though. I don't know. I just spent a lot of time up here, especially on the edge of the map, because I mean there's nowhere to go but off, and you can't drive it off because you'll crash the server. You have to let AI do it, unless you're single player. Coming in Calwa Yard right up here. So over the next couple of weeks, we should get all the industries in and make this area playable for everybody else as far as industries and everything. I believe, well, no, I don't believe. Any of the yard masters can actually create a train for you to drive just like I did from up here down. Would make sense if we're actually creating a supply train, if Barstow can handle it. I mean, this one here is still a couple days away from Barstow, the way that the server operates. Unless somebody were to take this from me right now and drive it into Bakersfield, that's another couple hours. And then from Bakersfield on down to Barstow, again, that's probably 4 or 5 hours from there too. Oh, this is gated off here. So quite some distance that needs to be covered. (27) at a 30-mile-an-hour speed limit. We're good. All right, we're being dismissed here. So we want to go down. We'll take this here. We'll give ourselves a restricting right in the yard. Yeah, so we're gonna keep going. I was looking at this switch here, like why isn't putting me in there? But I don't want to go in there. I want to go to the yard. I wonder if he can route me into where I want to go. Let's see. Even though I did a restricting, I want to see. Probably not. where I want to go right down into here. He said, okie dokie. You might turn that for me. Which is her line for another train. And then after that, I won't need anything. So we are going to hit that restricting. Is not more than 15, but at a speed at which I can bring my train to a complete stop. I'm tied up. Now. There's my restricting there. Be the last signal before pulling the yard. That's Modesto to Fresno in the whole yard here. Mr. White, who doesn't want to throw away money, decided what he saw was good enough to purchase it. It's available on runastudios.com. Of course, you have to have the base game. Didn't honk you for that. But we are going to pull in on this lead here. Somebody else, look at that. Somebody's speeding there. Whiffed. Oh, he's running Amtrak. Probably doing like 90 because he can. All right, so I'm gonna set my countdown here, 6,500 feet. I don't know. Yeah, I do have the map up for from the depotserver.com. That is the Bakersfield. Shows me Calwa, so I'm coming in right now. There's 8,600 after the crossing, so I can stop the countdown timer. So track 711 is 8,160, which will fit nicely into that one. Almost like an intermodal yard. No idea what's going into the second one, I guess. All right, I will start the countdown timer now. So if this is the one, this is 721, 8770. So we have not start. Okay, 6,500. So we should be good to fit in here. Okay, so it's 7870 after this switch out up here. I'll stop the, dang it, the countdown timer. As soon as I pass the switch here, I'll start it again. This is a crew change, Calwa. What we want. Three, two, one, and go. Right, Oh, well, it said it was. Uh-oh. I need to, no, we're good. Let's see. I don't think that's enough footage. We're going to have to do a crew change here. We're going to put air on. We'll stop, somewhere up here. I had some air on, but we've got slowed down. The rear of the train is. It's in the yard. There's the front of the train. We'll go for a stop up here. I think we're pretty close. Pretty close. We'll stop somewhere around here. But we'll do that. I want to thank everybody again for joining me on Simulator Sunday. It was fun. It's a fun little route. I hope you guys were able to see what you wanted to. There wasn't, I mean, there's not a whole lot in here, especially with the industries that are coming soon. So, again, it's only been out for a couple days, so it's going to take time to get up and running. But all the Discords that you need to access in order to get this information to join us and play live are down below. I hope you guys have a great week. I'm going to stop talking, and we're going to bring this train to a stop and without me talking. So, you guys have a good week, and we'll see you next Thursday, or next Sunday. Thursday, I don't know why I said that. Next Sunday for more Simulator Sunday. And Wednesday, we got the beer keggers going into the semifinals, the division playoffs, and then figure out who we're going to play for the World Series. So that's on Twitch. That's at 5 p.m. on the left coast. But we'll see you back here. See, I don't know what time Dallas is playing next week. It doesn't matter. As soon as they're over, if they play, I think they're playing first thing in the morning, so we should be here same time, 4 p.m. next week. Maybe a little early, probably 4. I like 4. See you same time next week then, I believe. If the Cowboys is on, you know, I'm not going to be here until it's over. You guys take care, and we'll see you next week. I'm going to stop talking, and see you next week.
This is the